You know, my living room is kind of crazy right now. I have the Samsung QN90A Neo QLED here. I have the LG C10 OLED right here, and I have the Villaman gaming PC over here, and behind me I have the LG C1 OLED. Now, just how much do all of these have in common? I guess we'll find out after I do the comparisons, but before that, we have to unbox it and set it up. Stick around. Hey guys, it's the Villaman here, home theater enthusiast and lover of all things tech. And today we're unboxing, setting up and demoing the LG C1 OLED. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now before we can even open the TV, if you're into home theater audio and video, tech and DIY for home theater, then you have come to the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and come along for the ride. Let's see what we have here. First up, we have the battery's owner's manual, screws for the stand, and the brand new LG remote. And a 2021 OLED sticker if you're so inclined. Then we have the back plate for the stand. And that's all in the top, so let's start unpacking. Next up is the brush metal trim for the front of the stand. Now we can get this box off. That piece always falls. The last thing we have in the box, besides the TV of course, is the stand that's here on the left side. But before we even take that out, we have to take the TV out of the box, because once we remove that, the box will become a bit unstable. So you don't want to have the TV in an unstable box because it just might, you know. So what we want to do now is create a flat surface for the TV to lay on. So what we do is use the box that the TV came in and the styrofoam pieces inserted as structural support to create that flat surface. Now lifting the TV is a two-person job unless you have magic like this. Now we have the final piece, the stand, the heaviest part at least. And this stand is extremely similar to the one from the previous years, 2020 and 2019. And when I say extremely similar, I mean exactly alike. The stand assembly is pretty straightforward. These indentations line up with these right here. So you set it in like that. So it's all flush. Then you insert the screws right here, and right here. Now we place the stand in the grooves with the weight facing backwards, of course, making sure all the 4 screw holes line up. Then we insert our screws. Then this trim piece is the final step. You slide it in. Doesn't have a satisfying click, but it's in and done. The TV has screen sizes ranging from 48 to 83 inches, including the 65-inch version we have here. It has a native 4K 120Hz panel and supports Dolby Vision, HDR10, and HLG Hybrid Low Gamma HDR standards. It has LG's Alpha 9 Gen 4 AI processor for picture and sound processing, as well as 3 USB 2.0 and 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, with HDMI port 2 having the EARC enhanced audio return channel, and has a 2.2 channel 40-watt sound system. It supports G-Sync, FreeSync, and VRR gaming standards, as well as auto low latency mode, ALLM. It has LG's updated WebOS operating system and supports Google Assistant, Alexa, Apple AirPlay 2, and HomeKit smart features. Alright, so let's see if the setup is any different than it has been in previous years.
Okay, select installation method. Select how to initialize TV settings.
So you can set up the TV either using your mobile device or the remote. Let's use the remote.
Location settings. Confirm your time zone. Select Honolulu. Uncheck Denver. Uncheck Louisville.
My goodness.
New York. New York. Button. Next. Button. Audio guidance is currently turned on to assist the visually impaired.
No, I do not want to keep it turned on because it's pretty annoying. Alright, so you select your Wi-Fi network. And once that's over with, you have to accept their terms and conditions. It's pretty straightforward so far. So if you skip the terms and conditions, you most likely won't be able to use the smart functionality. So interest-based cross-device advertising agreement. So this is most likely essentially building a profile of your usage to better sell you stuff or better profile you. Nah, I'm good. Automatic content recognition. The who, where, what user agreement. This is a new twist on it. I've never seen this one before. I mean, these are all up to you to agree to. So automatic content recognition. I think this is pretty standard. It identifies the content you're watching on the TV to either better adjust the settings or what have you, but yeah, I'm not very keen on the who, what, where, or who, where, what user agreement. And LG channels, I never use LG channels, so I won't agree to that. So, all right, let's agree to those four. Your mileage may vary and you may want to accept, whichever one you want. But personally, I've never liked interest-based advertising. So if you have a receiver connected to the TV, this is where it would most likely show up. We don't have one connected at the moment, so it says nothing, which is fine. The good thing about LG devices is that if you connect a device after you set the TV up, it will show up automatically or automagically. And the first option is for those who have a cable box connected to their HDMI. Then you put in your zip code for service so it can bring in things like TV guide information. And then you select how the TV is mounted. And this actually helps with the AI sound. So when you have the stand connected, it then knows that it can bounce the sound off the TV stand towards the viewer to help make the sound more immersive. AI Picture Pro does face and content recognition and a lot of sharpening, it looks like, which I'm not a fan of. AI Sound Pro also boosts the mids and the bass to make everything louder. Your mileage may vary. You may find that you like it or you don't, but it's definitely something you should at least try to see how you like it. As far as initial impressions go, the design of the LG C1 is exactly like the C10 from last year. Now, if you had them both right in front of you and try to tell the difference, you could not. They look exactly alike, and it's not until you turn the TV on that you see that this difference is in the software, at least on the surface. Now, the C1 has an updated version of LG's WebOS operating system, and since it's the newer version of their TV, it'll also get all the newest software features features first. So like Dolby Vision gaming, the C1 now supports Dolby Vision 120 Hz at 4K gaming, which the C10 at this point of making the video does not support. It's also the first year that there's a real difference in the panel between the C1 and the higher end models like the G1, for example. So the G1 this year is called the G1 Evo because it has a brighter panel than the C1 does. In previous years, it was more aesthetics and like better audio system and all that, but it was never a different and better panel per se. But now that I have the C1 here, I'll be doing the customary tests and a lot of comparisons, a lot more than normal actually, because we want to see exactly where the C1 fits into the OLED lineup, both from LG and Sony. So besides doing the gaming test and screen test on the C1, I'll also be comparing it to last year's C10 OLED and be comparing it to the Samsung QN90A Neo QLED with its mini LED backlight, as well as comparing it to its bigger brother, the LG G1 Evo OLED with its brighter panel, and also the A90J from Sony. So I want to see exactly how the C1 compares to both the legacy OLED and these newer higher end OLEDs to see just how well the C1 performs next to those higher end, more expensive counterparts. And so my challenge right now is finding all the time necessary to record and edit all those videos. So if you want to see them, make sure to subscribe because my comparisons are a bit different than what you've seen on other channels. So make sure to come back and stick around for those. But yeah, let me know in the comments if those comparisons are something you want to see and any other content you want to see on the C1 OLED while I have it. Also, don't forget to share your thoughts on the C1 OLED in the comments. Is an OLED for you, or do you want an LCD TV? Did you already get one, like a C10 for example? Because I know that's been a very popular TV within the past year, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like the video if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, this has been your friendly neighborhood Villaman saying be safe and peace.